10 female and 9 male clubs will take part in this year's Africa Cup of Clubs hockey tournament. This is the first time in the competition's 27 edition history that the women's category has registered a higher number of entries.
West Africa, and to be precise in Ghana, there is a course that's taken up to 2018 TAP, or the Training Assistant Program, targeted at women. And therefore, it's African Hockey Federation and the International Hockey Federation that is whipping up the interest in women.
6 countries, including the hosts, are competing this year. The most notable absentee is Africa's best-ranked country in the sport, South Africa.
Their ultimate is the Olympic and then the Commonwealth, and that is decided by the African Cup of Nations. So they are more interested in the African Cup of Nations, but that is not fair. And therefore, we in the hockey fraternity, we feel that if South Africa is not coming for club championship, then maybe we might not need them for officiating and other things, for them to know that this is equally important.
Most of the time we complain South Africa are not here. One is optional to be here. Secondly, I believe South Africa, they look at the issue of priority. But we need them more here, because if they are here, the crowd, the spectators, the followership will be greater. So I think we should all put our hands on deck to convince South Africa to be part of ECC. It will help us, but we can't force them.
The game in Africa is saddled with financial challenges, teams often withdrawing from regional competitions. Kenya got the rights to host the event for a 3rd time after Zimbabwe pulled out on financial grounds last year.
Whether we have the problem of finances or not, I think Africans should look at the global perspective and do volunteering and do sponsorship. We should believe in a private-public partnership. That is the only way we can move forward.
Host Kenya will be represented by 4 teams in this competition, 2 in each category. But it is the women's teams that come into the competition as a favorite. Orange are the defending champions, while Sliders are the 1999 African champions. Before the competition begins, though, an officiating seminar will be held.
There's a revolution in hockey. A lot of things are changing. The match management is now we use softwares to manage the games. So the time has come for us to review.
The tournament, which begins on Saturday, will be played in 2 halves of 35 minutes each, instead of the newly introduced 4-quarter system, which shortened the playing time to 60 minutes. There will be no extra time in the case of a tie in a knockout match, with teams going straight to penalties. Celestine Carone, CGTN.